What's going on, everybody? What's up? What's up? Back in playing some Dungeon Defenders 2. I got my weekly to finish up still, and then I got a couple of Wild West dailies, and I could use the reroll tokens anyway. So that is a good thing. So I think we're going to grind a little Wild West out today and see if we can't get some goodies. Now I have to look. I'm just shy of 11K. And figure I'll get 1,200, 1,950 from completing the daily and weekly. So I need to spend about 1,000 defender medals. So what do we want to do? Let's see. Sanguination's not a high priority. Bloody Strikes. I think that's one I need to get gilded. Let's buy a Bloody Strike shard here. There we go. Now that should put me right in order where I'm not wasting a bunch of defender medals. How many bloodies do I have now? Oops. I got 6. So yeah, I need 4 more of those guys. Anyway, here we go. I'm on US West. Anybody that wants to join, feel free to hop on in. And doing a little Wildest West. I think this weekend I'm going to go through the playlist and get some new music. Right, I think we're going to focus, I'm going to focus on Bees and Nimbus today. I think this map we can go something like this. Let's get the boost our right in behind it. We'll get our destructive pylon here. Actually, you know what? No, but not enough to do it. We'll just do 2 separate ones. I may end up needing to go a little heavier on this reflect beam. We will find out. Let's see. Then what can we do? Can we do 2 Nimbus and 4 Bees? I think that might work out for the DU. And we'll give them all a buff beam. Yeah, it's 400 DU, so we'll have 50 left over for a Skyguard right in the middle. And then just do the same thing here. Little mixed emotions on this one reflect beam panel, but we'll try it out. The walls might get beat on a little, particularly for the first couple of waves, but I think something like this will work out though. There we go. All right, nobody joining, so I'm just going to let it fly here. Going to be a problem. It'll be a problem in the first wave. Brackenlord actually popped his buff a little late. Give him a little knockback there. He didn't do too much damage. Lots of goblins on this map, so the old weekly should get knocked out relatively quick. Won't take, but I bet 5 or 6 rounds. How long usually for each reset past 50? 4 to 5 hours if you're grinding it. Of course, you know, can go as long as possible. The fastest I've ever heard of is Aramir did one in 3.5 hours. On average, mine were probably about 5 hours, but I didn't. Like, I was real lackadaisical. Like, I wasn't hitting G on time. I wasn't, like, instantly jumping to next maps, etc., etc. So I was doing it a little bit slow. It's the builds, man. When you're going through Ancient Power resets, it's all about just spamming out the maps. And it's so easy to take 5 minutes to build a map. When you really think about it, you know, you could get that same build done in like 90 seconds. But it's just real easy to, like, you know, sit there and look through your inventory or whatever. But that 5 minutes here and 5 minutes there, it adds up. I like using the Nimbus. A lot of people like using the Gargoyles, though. The Gargoyles, the benefit you get is it's full AFK. Because they'll counter the Drakenlord, and then depending on their placement, they can counter Siege Rollers as well. So the Gargoyles are definitely a real strong usage. I feel like the Nimbus, although you have to pay attention to Siege Rollers and Drakenlords, they're overall lazier. So, like, if you want to just, like, spam out a turtle build or whatever, the Nimbus is just really, really good in that situation. The Gargoyles their range is so much shorter that it definitely will require better placement, you know? Where the Nimbus, you can just kind of spam. I mean, the Gargoyles you can kind of spam too, don't get me wrong. It's not like it's rocket science, you know? The problem with the majority of that stuff, like how long to do an Ancient Power reset, how long to grind enough reroll tokens for a 10 out of 10 mod, all that kind of stuff, it just all boils down to spending time in town and your build times. You know, are you upgrading in between waves? Are you upgrading during waves? And, like, I mean, I'm the guiltiest person out there. It's real easy to say, okay, let me run around and upgrade everything. It only takes a second, but that's 4 times each map in between the waves, you know? So even though it only takes a few seconds to run around and spam this stuff in, it's a few seconds every single map. Or every single wave, you know? And, you know, like I said, it's... I mean, I'm the guiltiest party of all parties on doing that. I do that way too bad. But, like, Aramir runs pretty much every game he plays. He's going to play in a really, really efficient way. And when you watch him play, he will never upgrade in between waves. He always is upgrading while the wave's running. And then, additionally, like, the second a map is over, he's instantly hitting G. You know, not looking around at anything on the ground, anything else, just going through the motions. And he knocks stuff out. I mean, he puts an insane amount of hours into stuff, but he was doing... I remember he was resetting his alt not that long ago, doing AP resets on his alt, and he was going through and... I mean, he was doing like 4 resets a day. 3 and 4 resets every day. He doesn't live stream very often. He comes in and plays on a lot of my streams and in a lot of the games I play, not just Dungeon Defenders. And then he joins into a lot of Harambe and shows runs as well. Every game that he play, basically, every game that he plays, he's always, you know, he's a min-maxer in everything he does. Definitely hats off to that guy. He puts the grind in, man. He is not afraid of the grind. That is for damn sure. This seems to be doing pretty well. Had those few tree issues, but these are also really squishy trees. You see, upgraded at tier 3, and they're only at, not even at 4 million health yet. I mean, I can show you on live streams every time I live stream. I don't build fast. If you want, looking for somebody to figure out how to speedrun, I'm not the right channel. I have never been for any game I play. When I'm live streaming, I spend time talking with chat, etc., and not so much time even looking at what's going on the screen. It looks like it's a reflect beam issue, maybe. Those hex throwers are getting uppity. Looks like they were catching that angle. But, I mean, I don't really enjoy Onslaught, so I don't do Onslaught unless I have a reason to. Like Ancient Power resets, you have no choice. Wow, that Stone Wolf got snubbed out really quick. But, I mean, for Onslaught, you also do the same thing every map, you know? Like, from 0 to 945, you could just spam Nimbus and go all the way to 945. And then after that, you'll have to start paying attention to what lanes you have and using elemental combos and stuff. After 945, I would use 2 proton beams for Petrify, 1 with Poison, 1 with Earth, and then explosive traps. All buffed as much as possible, of course. And would do the same thing on every map. Few exceptions for like adding in fire for frost lanes or whatever. So many skellies. I still hope one day that they do something different with Onslaught. I've put in suggestions for it. You know, obviously, suggestions are just suggestions, but... Well, thanks, man. Appreciate it. I mean, I can do stuff like that on all the weapons, but it's just not super important, except on bows. Stabs, I guess, for there's a few hero damage adepts running around out there. I'm gonna do map builds too, like how to build out a map. What's going on there, Rhea? How you doing? Hi, show. What up? What up? What's everybody doing this weekend? I'm doing good, man. I've been working on my Eternal Defender achievement in DD1. I'm like 4 or 5 maps away from finishing it now. They're all kind of tough maps. The new update is adding a map. There's no reason to think that any defense will be changed in any way. I mean, I'm sure there will be something, but nah, it's... The next update is one map and the new Defender Pass, plus whatever they else haven't told us yet. IDHC also teased that the survival gating will be coming to Onslaught too, which will be kind of nice, where anybody can do a 999 as long as the person who starts the, you know, the leader of the group is got it unlocked. But then you only get progress for your highest floor. You won't get progress for anything prior. He hasn't confirmed that, but he teased that it could be possible. Why you couldn't get your points refunded? Oh, I don't know. Show's a great guy, man. I don't know. Obviously, I don't know the situation, but I mean, Show's a very good person. I would trust him with my dog. I don't know if I'd go as far as say as I'd trust him with the wife, but you know, I'd let him watch the dog if I was out of town. Oh, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened then. Maybe he's just having a rough day. I mean, I could say overall he's a really good guy, but even good guys have rough days or whatever. Alright, so how many Gobu kills do we get? Let's pop out to town and look through shops. I can't imagine there's going to be many shops going. What up, Theoden? Thank you so much. Alright, so what did I get? I don't remember where I was at, but I'm up to 4,600 now. No shops going. Nobody in town on West. It's like I'll be playing alone all day. back to it. Public. Nah, the stuff is auto-looted, Corporal. Yeah, the long-haired young guy is Joe, yep. The older Asian guy that you see doing them all the time is Augie. He's the CEO. And then you got Nolan, who is the dark-haired fella. Yeah, I still feel like that reflect beam is just ass. Go like that, and we'll go without the sky guards. I don't think we need the sky guards anyway. That should be fine. Oh, it will eventually. I mean, all games die at some point. I mean, there will always be somebody playing it, but the numbers will, the numbers always fluctuate around updates. Most people do play private Splendenda. There's very few public matches that go. What up, Panda Bear? How you doing, man? Alright, that leaves me 20 off. Who we got with us? We got Runkle. Yeah, I don't really understand what the deal is, Splendenda. You're mad at me too? I'm not really picking it up. Like I said, I don't know what happened with Show on Show stream, but I can tell you that Show's a good person. So maybe just something rubbed him wrong or whatever. I wouldn't think too much about it, to be honest. What up, Talfo? How you doing? Doing good, Panda Bear. I want to try to get that Eternal Defender in DD1 this weekend, hopefully. And then I debated on prepping for 7 Days to Die launch by doing a No Trader Quest playthrough. It's not a title, it's like an achievement. It's like an end game achievement. It's takes doing a lot of different things in the game. And then it gives you increased inventory size. It's kind of it's like the end achievement. Or one of the end. I don't really need to play Prime 1 Crim Enemies for anything. I'm wanting to get some reroll tokens and complete my dailies and weeklies. My dailies are Wild West. My weeklies kill goblins, which will happen anywhere. Are you looking to get carried in Prime 1 Crim Enemies? Is that what you're asking? I mean, if that's the case, I don't mind running one. But, I mean, I'm not going to play it just to play it. It's... Incursions, you kind of have to have a reason to do them, because they're not very rewarding to play if you don't have a reason to. If you have a reason to, then, you know, obviously you have a reason to. Well, I mean, I rarely play with other streamers, Splendendo. I mean, I do, but it's very rare for me. The people I play most games with don't live stream. Most of the gaming I do is with people in my Discord server. I mean, I'm sorry you had a bad time with it, but what more can I say? I mean, this is my stream now, not his stream. So, I apologize for you having a bad experience somewhere that I have no control over. I mean, what more can I say, you know? Over here, though, I want to focus on having a good time and not a bunch of negativity and drama and whatnot. How many more goblins we got? Oh, well, we're past a third of the way. 10,000 more goblins, man. That's a shitload of goblins. It's still not as bad as get the, like, 20 Onslaught maps or, you know, 20... Is there a 20 Expedition one, too? The 20 Onslaught map one is awesome to get if you're doing AP resets. Because then you can just continue doing what you're doing. That would be like per situation, Essa. There is no like blanket strongest defense. You have 20 expeditions. 20 expeditions is easy too if you're just doing the general grind. But the problem I have is other than just getting more materials, I'm not really grinding for anything right now. This goblin one, I mean, it's you know, no matter what you do in the game, you're going to finish it as long as you're playing. It's like every map is going to be guaranteed like 1,000 plus goblins. You would think. Maybe not every map, but... Hopefully there's a whole lot more people playing DDA here soon. We're supposed to get some info on that, like, really, really soon. The fastest way to do 1 through 12, I did a video going through it all. I did 50 AP resets in, like, 25 hours on stream. The slowest one took me probably 2 hours. The fastest one was like 17 minutes. The first one is of 1 through 12, the first one will be the slowest. And they get quicker as you get a higher and higher Onslaught floor, minimum or starting Onslaught floor. They get faster and faster, but the quickest way is do your 1 Onslaught floor. Equip gear is, if you didn't get a piece of gear for every slot, then do 1 more and get the highest tier available piece of gear for every position for the hero, not the defenses, and then hop into survival. And depending on where you're at and what you need to get to, depends on how many survival waves you'll have to do. But it can go really, really fast. You know, if you're rich and rolling in crafting materials, then you can always like swap gear and upgrade gear. But that gets expensive. Well, the drops in survival are based off of your gear score. There is a minimum level for stuff. Like 61 is Chaos 10, 51 is Chaos 9, 41 is Chaos 8, 31 would be Chaos 7, etc., etc. But it's not going to... it's based off of your current gear score per slot. So, like, if you have a, you know, 2 out of 10 Chaos 7 item in every armor and weapon slot on at one hero, then you're going to be getting upgrades based off of that if you're playing on the appropriate wave. And the higher you go, the faster the upgrades come. Why that is, I don't really know, but you'd think it would be the opposite. But like going from Chaos 1 gear to Chaos 2 gear in survival, say you're doing like higher waves, like way past what you need to be, like say you're like wave 51 or something, and you're in Chaos 1 gear, your upgrades are going to be super, super slow. So getting from Chaos 1 to Chaos 2 is going to take a whole bunch of waves. But getting from Chaos 6 to Chaos 7 or Chaos 7 to Chaos 8 can be crazy, crazy fast. Like, I've gone from Chaos 8 to Chaos 9 before in like 1 wave in survival. I've gone through the entire tier. And it's, I mean, there's an RNG element too. Pretty smooth there with 2 players. Here's a daily done. So next map should give me 1 more daily. Feel free to join if you want, y'all. I'm on US West. Anybody playing over on US West, feel free to hop on by. Yes, he didn't even notice there was no Skyguard there. I'm originally from Northern Ireland, but I grew up. We left Northern Ireland when I was very young. I grew up on the East Coast of the U.S., Washington, D.C. area. I live in Washington State now on the West Coast. There won't be any new Dungeon Defender servers being added. Wouldn't think. Well, the boosts and buffs, they would affect the crit damage on the trees, but that's it. And like pylons don't affect trees, neither does boosted blockade as far as thick vines. But yeah, I'm using thick vines right now. I've done a bunch of videos though with trees as the main DPS. That new map that's coming out is going to be a really good tree map. It used to, but it doesn't anymore. It got nerfed. It was ninja nerfed when the shard was nerfed. So no, like boosted blockade and health pylon no longer affect the damage output. It's still really good. But the only modifications you can really make to it by buffing it or whatever is just adding crit damage. So like it still benefits from a boost aura and a buff beam or whatever. Yeah, crit servo. Crit servo would tear it up. Any crit damage you can add, because the defense does crit. So crit damage and crit chance. I use anti-mods. Anti-mods work. But the things that used to work that don't work anymore is health pylon, boosted blockade, Juggernaut and stuff never worked for it. But, I mean, Juggernaut still going to keep the tree alive, so it's a great shard to have in there. Where these are full-on squish trees. These are full damage. No, no survivability other than automation. And automation does work with thick vines, which is kind of what makes the whole deal work anyway. On that server thing, though, I mean, obviously, if you're in Australia or somewhere really far away from the server, it would have to run optimally, but I think the game would even benefit if there was only one server. It doesn't have enough players to have 3 servers. I think it would be overall better for the community, better for the economy, everything, if there was only one server. You know, obviously, a lot of people know if you're looking for shopping, go to a different server. But a lot of people don't know that. The hunter is one of the strongest range heroes, but the range heroes don't compare to the melee heroes. So it is, as far as range damage goes, yeah, it's one of the strongest. I enjoy playing range. The barb and the mercenary are kind of where it's at. There's no character codes out there anywhere. All codes in Dungeon Defenders 2 are all one-time use. Like, you have to win it in a giveaway or whatever, and it's only the person that redeems it is the only person that gets the code. But hero codes all have to come from Chromatic. They do give them away every now and then, but it's not normal. It's not like a lot of free-to-play games where there's just codes available on the internet that you just type in and it works. There's nothing like that for DD2. That idle game, what is it, Forgotten Idle Heroes or Forgotten Realms, the D&D one, man, they have ridiculous amounts of codes everywhere. Like, if you go 2 or 3 days without typing in the codes and you get caught up on all the codes that released, you're going to sit there for like 20 minutes just entering codes. They give you so much stuff. I don't have any heroes to give away, but I am going to do some giveaways today. In fact, this one completes this daily. Probably run out and do do a round of giveaways here as soon as this map's over. Vita Ray with the sub. Thank you so much. What's going on there, Kaz? Welcome, welcome. Did see Power World's trailer. I actually restreamed that whole show yesterday. It's the tree island, right? The tree that's off in the distance that we can't get to right now. I need to get refreshed in that one. Right now, to be completely honest, we got the DD2 update, we got a DD1 updates in testing, and there's something with DDA coming, which is a big mystery we don't know anything about. And then there is 7 Days to Die 1.0 launch, which I am very, very excited about that one. So I will definitely dip in and run around in Power World. I need to get in and get my base dialed back in. It's been so long since I played. You haven't played 7 Days since 2020? It's changed even since then, and then of course the 1.0 is going to make it change even more. Elden Ring, for the Elden Ring fans. I know a lot of people are really into Elden Ring. They've got a DLC coming. I never really got into Elden Ring. I was so addicted and drawn into other games at the time. I never really got into it, but I know a lot of people love it. This definitely should be a decent summer for gaming, though. I'm super stoked to hear what this DDA thing is, too. Well, I mean, DD2 is all about the update. Panda Bear with the raid. Thank you so much. Welcome, welcome. DD2, the players, you know, most like live service type games that have any sort of seasonal content or a standard upgrade schedule or update schedule, the player base kind of comes and goes. Toilet paper, weapons, and armor for the floating toilet paper man. As long as they hit like a truck. I'm good with the TP weapons, Aramir. I want to see some mean shots going off with them, though. What's going on, Nemesis? How you doing? I'm using an Earth Guardian's bow, is what this one is. That's the boss from the Hidden Caverns map. Drops it. I've got a bunch of very detailed videos on YouTube going through all the bow breakdowns. Well, that's good, Nemesis. What are you playing this weekend? Anything? Playing a little DD2? Nice, nice. I really, you know, like I said earlier, I really want to get that Eternal Defender achievement done in DD1, but I am like on maps that are super difficult for me. It requires quite a bit of practice. Doing mastery. That's another system I wish they would add something else to. It's the only thing in the game that requires any sort of practice or has any sort of like skill requirement. I wish there was a reason to redo it. Feel free there, Kamichi. Always welcome to ask any questions you want. Failed to swap. Your first bunch of resets, you'll beat the requirement by getting to Chaos 8, Michael. But yeah, after your first one, you just do minimum resets. So you get Mana Node's requirement the fastest way possible. It should have completed another daily, right? Why did it not pop up? Oh, there it is. No, the bow I have it's the Earth Guardian's bow. So it drops from the Hidden Caverns boss. The little diggy dog. On Chaos 8 or higher. Prior to Chaos 8, you just want to use a single 4-shot type. It drops on any map on the ground. But yeah, this one drops from the Hidden Caverns boss, so you want to head on into Crystal Mine. It's the same as it's in all my videos, their lag. This is a full DPS tree. It's not suggested for anyone who doesn't have a very strong understanding of how trees work, because it's got almost no survivability. It's full damage. And then the Nimbus is just general spam. Anti-chaos, anti-melee defense rate. Use that on everything. Right, let's check the loot. Where all the 10s at, y'all? Not in this bag. No 10s from me. A trash roll outlaw sniper. All right, let's get some giveaways going, y'all. What do you think? Let's see. We'll start off on Twitch today. We'll do a giveaway on YouTube immediately after, so don't sweat it. If you are watching on YouTube, we'll do one right on YouTube after. Let's go hashtag juicy. Give me a hashtag juicy in chat, y'all. And we'll give away the Dungeon Defenders item of your choice. Any of the juicy items for DD1, DD2, or DDA. Or a RGB headset. Or a theater mask. Winner's choice. Give you guys a couple minutes to get that all in. But yeah, I like to try to get as much damage as I can out of my trees. And of course, the anti-mods you're not going to see here. But when I've got them fully boosted and buffed, like they're very rarely in a buff beam, but they're pretty often in a boost aura. It bumps that crit damage up. And of course, after you get them upgraded, they hit a lot harder. Then the anti-mods are on top of that. But yeah, that is this bow. Earth Guardian's bow. Need to get a better crit damage roll on this at some point, but like it's at the point where it'll cost me like 10,000 defender medals and, you know, just to get 1.3% more crit damage. It's winner's choice there, Panda Bear. So any juicy item for DD1, DD2, or DDA, or an RGB headset, or a theater mask. It's up to you. I'll give you guys another 30 seconds to get your hashtag juicy in. Hashtag juicy in chat. It looks like we got no more juicies, so we'll go ahead and roll it. Nemesis! Grats there, Nemesis. Let me know what item you want. You want a RGB headset, a juicy item for any DD game, or a theater mask for DD2. One sec there, Josh. We'll be doing them on YouTube here in just a moment. As soon as this one's over. Just waiting for Nemesis to reply here. Crap, do I still have all for one on my boosts? I don't. Okay, good. I was using all for one earlier. Give you another minute there, Nemesis. I know you're here somewhere. He's probably lurking. Poor guy. I don't want to re-roll it. There he is. You won there, Nemesis. Let me know what item you want. A juicy item for any Dungeon Defenders game, or RGB headset or theater mask. Winner's choice. I don't have pizza wings, only the options I mentioned. Pizza wings are a chromatic giveaway thing. You can look at it on your flare screen there, Konix. You can look at all the items. Juicy head flare. All right. Try to find you one here. There you go, Nemesis. I just whispered it to you. No, all the giveaways are all... It's just the one item. I mean, I don't have any more items. All right, let's head on over to YouTube for the giveaway now. I got to get logged into YouTube with Nightbot real quick. Give me one moment here. All right, give me a hashtag juicy in YouTube chat. Hashtag juicy in YouTube chat. Now, just so everybody knows, winners on YouTube have to contact me on Twitch, Twitter, or Discord. No E in there, Bloody Mage. It's just Juicy. There you go. Got to contact me on Twitch, Twitter, or Discord because YouTube does not have instant messaging. Give you guys like a minute to type in your goodies there. What next? I need, what, 7,595 more goblins. No, that's not right. I need 8,595 more goblins. Oof. Yeah, it's something I debated about for a long time, JC. I think it's very fitting for, like, the hero spotlights or defense spotlights. It's weird with those. Like, I can't do anything right with the full-blown versions I do. Either people say it's too long or people say it's too short. You know, so like no one has ever said, oh, your defense spotlights are just perfect. You know, everyone has either complained that they're too long, and then other people want to see more. So I just figured the short thing is the best way for me to do that and get them done. And then, you know, if you're looking for something more, then of course you can watch any of the full videos. I'm going to try to put one out every day. That is such a general question. It's like an hour-long conversation, man. You got to be more specific if you want to ask a question. I mean, you can look on my YouTube channel and find all the information that you're looking for, or you can ask me a specific question. All right, give you guys another 15 seconds on the YouTubes. Don't forget, if you win, you got to contact me on Twitch, Twitter, or Discord. So if you win, ball is in your court. You got to follow up. I can't just instant message it to you like I can on Twitch, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. All right, and here we go. The winner is Jeff. Congrats there, Jeff. So send me a message on Twitch, Twitter, or Discord. Let me know what item you want. Juicy Fruit Pet for DD1, a Juicy Mask for DD2, or a Juicy Fruit Pet for DDA, or a RGB headset, or a theater mask. Your call. There's links to my Discord server in the description. You just click on a person's name and send them a message. All right, let's hop back in. How many? I don't have any reroll tokens. I am so light on those. I guess let's just get more reroll tokens. But there's more goblins on the... That's an incursion, though. We're not going to get the mat. I was going to say there's more goblins on the... What's that incursion called? The Drakenfrost one? The resort map? Let's just go, let's go back to the Wild West. Let's see if we can't get a good snake skin as well while we're at it. I'm on US West. Anybody that wants to join, feel free to hop on in. And we just kind of chillaxing it out here today. All right. Is that you that just sent me a message, Jeff? Say something in chat to confirm. It is? Okay. Give me one sec here. I'll get you a code right now. Right, there you go, man. I just whispered it back to you in Discord. So just enter that in at the mailbox in-game, and that will unlock your goodies. Congrats, congrats. All right. Here we go, the Wildest West. I did make it public, right? Yep. Not many people on US West today. I think people are kind of accustomed to not looking at the war table, too. You're on US West? Well, feel free to join their Bloody Mage if you want to get some runs in. You just joined right off the war table there. I live on the West Coast, so I am normally playing on US West. And anytime I'm playing, anybody that sees me online in Discord or whatever, you are on US West and you want some games, feel free to send me a message. So what do you think about the DDA update there, Dizzy? Any, I know you were enjoying your time in DDA. Any thoughts on what it might be? Oh, there's a big something coming for DDA. Augie's been teasing it for weeks. We're supposed to be getting information about it, like, at any time. But we don't know what it is yet. The teases are really bad, too. They're things like you could never guess. Oh, he's been saying it for weeks, Aramir. This last week, his thing was, he said, they currently hired people that talk. So instantly you would think voiceovers, right? But I can't imagine that's what it is. And of course, you know, he's not wanting to give out any of the info. He just wants to give the teases. All right. Should be good. We'll upgrade those and those. And then we'll DPS this side of the map. The same as pretty much everything. Defense rate, anti-melee, anti-chaos. Just a very powerhouse combo. Could be a boss and hero, but that sounds like a stretch. I'm curious, you know? I mean, I'll be covering it. For sure. Oh, I will 100% be streaming every Dungeon Defenders game when the update comes. I end up skipping a lot of DD1 updates, but I still play them, but don't necessarily stream them every time. But DDA and DD2 update days, I will, without question, be streaming. Taking a break from painting the outside of the house? Oh, man. I know that feeling all too well, Joe. We did that last summer. Professional painters make that all look so quick and easy, you know? When you're doing it yourself, it's never quite that quick and easy. Well, we already know what's coming in the DD2 update, and we don't know what's coming in the DDA update. So, with that in mind, I'm probably more excited about the DDA update, just because there's a lot of mystery behind it. The DD2 update, there's no real mystery. I mean, there will be things we don't know about, but there won't be major things we don't know about, I don't think. I need to paint our little, we use a well. And we've got a little pump house for the well and stuff. I need to paint that at some point. We did our house, like I said, we did our house last year, so it's still all pretty fresh. But that pump house, and the previous owner, you know, did the shadiest shit when he was trying to sell it. He painted 2 walls. Just the 2 walls that were going to be in the pictures. I have no idea. I know what I would like to see in DD2, but I think realism on that actually happening is probably potentially low. I mean, I have no idea what the next game mode will be. I'm assuming if they add another game mode, it'll come either next year or maybe at the holiday season this year if we're lucky. But more realistically, probably in 2025. Never thought caulking would be so much work. Oh, yeah. I got to redo our kitchen tiles at some point. We moved, this house is a fixer-upper, you know. We moved into it, it's been 3 years now. We've, like, replaced all the kitchen counters. We're doing a little at a time, you know, as we can afford it. We've replaced all the kitchen counters and cabinets. We retiled the kitchen floor, and then have painted the entire outside and several rooms and hallways inside. But the kitchen floor is not perfect. It needs some touch-up. Need to get going on that at some point. Get off my buttocks and get it done. So easy to procrastinate on that stuff. Oh, I would love to redo my gaming setup, but that requires more money than repairing the house. I could definitely do another video card upgrade. I got it at my webcam replaced. I need to start using that again. My setup is just old now. It was all top of the line 4 years ago or whatever. So now it's just dated. Need sunglasses for all the new RGB and setups. Oh yeah. Well, when your budget is zero, JC, you can't get anything, is the thing you have to realize. And I don't need, you know, like I said, the stuff I've got was all top of the line 3 or 4 years ago. So, like, getting a decent working CPU or GPU is not what I need. I've got a decent working CPU and GPU. That would not be an upgrade. I would have to get something better than that. There won't be any more Chaos Tiers, Essa. They've said that that's it. Chaos 10 is the end. They could add more Chaos Tiers, but they're not going to. Well, I mean, I could run most high-end games. I mean, the most visually intensive game on the market right now, my computer would run. Need a better CPU. That's fair. I mean, I don't have a piece of junk. That's why there's no priority on it. It still works. It still gets the job done. But, I mean, hardware has far exceeded the potential of current games, you know? It's like the games that don't run well now, that have intense graphics on current systems, are games that have bad performance issues in the coding. It's not your hardware. It's their code, you know? But there's no games out there now that push the limit of the best stuff available. I don't have a problem playing with console. I'm just a PC gamer, you know? I'm used to keyboard and mouse. That's what I've always played on. And, you know, I've got a Series X, and the hardware I've got is better than what's in a Series X. So that wouldn't really be an upgrade as far as my gaming experience, you know? All right, Joe. Well, enjoy. Hopefully it goes quick. Love to see a 10 out of 10 drop here today. I can't even remember what the last 10 out of 10 I got was. I can probably look. I think I got a Fragile Power mod was my last 10 out of 10. I haven't played OMD3 today, no. I do plan on recording an OMD3 video tonight, though. I've got that last 5 Skull video on that Drastic Steps DLC to do. And then I'm not sure what comes with the Game Pass on that. If the next the Cold as Eyes DLC, I'm not sure that one comes with the Game Pass, but if it does, I'll probably do those as well. I mean, I'm not going to do them all tonight, but because I'll have to practice them. Your anti-goblin 10 out of 10? I mean, you know, a siege roller killer is the way to go for that. You could pair it with like a Go Boo Boom for pure memes. But I think the best way to use an anti-goblin would be a siege roller killer setup. But, I mean, who's going to go out of their way to make a siege roller killer setup, you know? I mean, people do. But it's just not something that you need, you know? I was supposed to be shooting at the monk. Well, I mean, gargoyles would be the go-to choice. You can place them in the lane where the siege rollers will roll past them, and then they get that booty shot. Flamethrowers were a popular choice on that. The problem with using any tower-type defense is they're going to take damage. But yeah, you could go defense rate, anti-goblin, and anti-mini-boss on gargoyles, and then use that ignite shard with mass destruction and destruction. And you would have a ridiculously strong roller killer. But this thing is it's the same mods you would use on something else. So you could easily move that over to something else. Oh, I've played a ton of Diablo 4. I got 2 level 100s this season. I haven't played their anniversary event yet. I wasn't super excited about it, but they got it hot fixed. It was bugged, I guess, at launch. I'm not sure if it's any better, though. This season was fun. It's the best form Diablo 4 has ever had. In my opinion, anyway. Definitely steps in the right direction. Still not a glorious game, but steps in the right direction for sure. Yeah, I debated on going through that stuff again. The problem with merch is I'm a very small YouTube channel and Twitch channel. Although I'm the biggest DD2 in YouTube, or biggest DD2 YouTube and Twitch channel, they're very small as far as gaming in general goes. So nobody buys that stuff. I mean, in 5 years, I've maybe sold 6, 8 items, maybe. So it's tough to put too much energy into it when nobody buys it. My next ones will have large-breasted anime girls on them. The only way anybody will buy them. Uh-oh, world tree down. Oh, I got that reflect being too close. The goblin bombs are hitting them. Well, I mean, that would not, that would be frowned upon pretty heavily there, JC. I couldn't do something like that. I couldn't make any merch that could be in any way looked at as a cheap shot to Chromatic. That would just not be a good thing. So I couldn't do that. That and good artwork is expensive. I'm not an artist, so I have to hire artists anytime I have something done. And good artists are not cheap, you know. My logo was actually made by a member of the Orcs Must Die community. And she gave me, the buddy rate. So it was fairly inexpensive compared to what logo design and artwork costs overall. That Geek Illustrator dad, a lot of people, you all know him. I think it's NM something on Xbox. He's an Xbox player. He's a very good artist that does a lot of like CD album covers for musicians. I've talked to him before, but it's expensive, you know. Even getting the good rate is still just expensive. And then merch is just not a highly profitable thing anyway. You know, like the company's charging $20 for a t-shirt or whatever. You might see $3 of that, $4 of that. So you just don't get a good return on your investment unless you're huge. If Dungeon Defenders 2 had 10,000 concurrent players We'd have tons of it. Because you don't make any money off of it. It's more the stuff they do sell, it's more of a community service. Like those Betsy plushes, I mean, obviously I don't know their deal with Makeshift. But, you know, a $40 item, I would guess they might maybe make $10, maybe, off of each one. So it's not really like a big revenue generator or anything. You know, if you're Dr. Disrespect and you got 70,000 people watching your stream and you sell 1,000 shirts in one live stream, yeah, that's how you make money. You know? But like struggling to even get a plushie campaign fully funded, you're not making money off of that. So it's, you know, you have to look at it that way too. I mean, they did that stuff for us, not for them. That was for people who like to collect that kind of stuff in the community. It wasn't like a big revenue generator or anything for them. Probably not the fastest, is the most rewarding. If you're spawn camping it, it's going to be the fastest. But I'm not actually trying to play, I'm trying to talk to chat. You get one extra token here. Compared to doing like a Drakenfrost map. But you also have a chance of getting snakeskin armor, which is the best chest piece mod in the entirety of the game. So if you get a high rolled one, you got something extremely valuable. And then, of course, you get the moats just because you're doing an expedition or Onslaught. And then you get the Gunwitch gun. Got a good Gunwitch gun drops here as well. Dr. Disrespect stuff is incredibly well done. And not all the time, but a lot of time he's extremely funny, very entertaining to watch. But the production value of his streams is through the roof. I haven't played Drakenfrost Keep in a long time. It's been years. But yeah, I agree. I mean, as far as tokens per hour goes, it would have to be this map, spawn camping, or Drakenfrost Resort spawn camping. And then, like in Onslaught, you're going to get tokens for every one. The last time I can remember playing Drakenfrost Keep, though, was when I did that, when I showed Aramir's Boostar build there. I did a video showing his Boostar build. That's the last time I did Drakenfrost Keep. I've done that map a lot of times, you know? Well, Resort runs faster, but you get one less token. So if you look at the materials per hour, it might be slower. And then, you know, if you're doing AP resets or whatever, you're going to just get spammed with mats because you get them every floor. Or if you're climbing Onslaught, you're going to get lots of mats. The benefit this map has, too, is you can set it up completely AFK and just chill and let it run. And to me, I'm an old guy, you know? I'm all about queuing up a little Netflix and watching a show and farming out a bunch of mats. That's my preferred way to play the game. Carnival maps your go-to? You probably got a really fast build for that one too, huh? What's my favorite map for clusters? I mean, I'm burnt out big time on Ember Mount. I never want to really do Ember Mount again. I would be just as fine never ever doing Ember Mount ever again. It was such a terrible, terrible weapon grind. So my favorite, or I guess for clusters, my most grinded map is probably Unholy Catacombs. But I love the fireworks show stuff that you can do on Magus Quarters, or what the hell is it called in this game? Molten Citadel? I think that's the most fun map to play out of the cluster maps. But Unholy Catacombs is my normal go-to. You can just set that one up at a spawn camp and just completely go off into La La Land. Make mini sandwiches. The Ember Mount, you know, every now and then you get stuck on the really cruel side of RNG, right? Everybody has it. You know, for everything that drops in any video game ever made, there's some poor bastard that has to do it a million times to get what they want. No, there's been no updates since then. Brooklyn, the next update's June 18th-ish. But there's been nothing since the balance patch. For you, it's Betsy. It is, without a doubt, Ember Mount for me. You guys know I've played the Monk religiously for many, many, many years. It took me an ungodly awful amount of time to get a polearm for my Monk, and I never got one to drop. Well, I mean, I got drops, obviously, but they were all trash. I never got a good one to drop. And so the one I have, this one here, I ended up buying that from a player. And I mean, that's not incredible, you know? But I would guess I probably did Ember Mount, and I'm not exaggerating. This is not me making bullshit up. But I certainly did Ember Mount 1,000 times. I mean, it was like almost a year of grinding that map and never getting a good polearm drop. So, I mean, with that in mind, I would just as soon never do another Ember Mount again. I hope they never add something else super shiny to Ember Mount that makes us want to grind it. I really hope that never happens. Because I'm just so done with that one. And then the same for, like, I mean, nowadays we don't have a reason to play it anyway, so no one ever does it anyway. But Nimbus Reach, I've done Nimbus Reach literal thousands of times. And I never really want to do it again. Like when Chaos 5 was the max, and then when Chaos 7 was the max, there was only 4 map choices to run to get the highest level content. And Nimbus was one of the 4 maps both times. For Chaos 5 and for Chaos 7. This map, I love this map in DD1. I think they did a great job with it, putting it into DD2. I could do this map another 1,000 times. I really could. I probably will do this map another 1,000 times, to be honest. But I'm not disgusted with this map yet either, is why. At some point, I probably will be. But it's not, it's just not yet. I tell you, the map that I wish was more rewarding is the Malachi Sewers. I could do Malachi Sewers a whole lot more times, but it is so unrewarding. Like, there's no reason to grind it. It's a crappy crafting material. Once you get the slimy ghost cat, I mean, I've got like 5 of them. Once you get one, you've gotten all there is to offer on that map. If that map had mod reroll tokens, I would grind the crap out of that map. And I think the same thing will be said about the upcoming map. I think that one I'm going to really enjoy. And then that one is going to be main stat rerolls. So there's the other issue, Main stat rerolls, of course, is better than what the material you get on Malachi Sewers. But it's just not the hottest item, I tell you guys what I've been obsessed with lately, for those of y'all that know DD1. That Jade Harvester pet from Striking Tree. I have been grinding the piss out of that over the last couple of weeks. And I haven't found a single good one. I mean, you're guaranteed you get one every Met run, but I haven't found any of the high roll ones. I've probably done it 200 times maybe. Or I've probably gotten 200 drops. Of course, I split screened it, so I get more than 1 drop each run. Who we got there? We got Latuna. Well, I mean, I would love to see that if they added it so you could choose the material you got, but I understand why they don't. Because everybody will grind like Gates of Dragonfall or whatever the fastest map to run is. Everyone will just play that map. Any games I'm looking for? Yeah, man. 7 Days to Die is having its 1.0 launch soon. I'm actually on the stream team for that one, and I'm going to get a little early access to the build to be able to stream it. You got the First Descendant coming up. That looks pretty good. That's what, July 2nd or 12th or something like that? It's like the beginning of July. There's an announcement of a game that I'm not allowed to talk about, but I know what's coming. It's being announced next weekend at Gamescom Latin America. It's changes to a game that's been in early access development, and they're changing the game almost. It almost feels like they're changing the game for Dungeon Defenders players. They're turning it into more of a Dungeon Defenders type, like RPG loot-based experience. July 2nd on TFT. That one's going to be fun. You got Dune. The Dune MMO is upcoming, and I am 1000% going to check that one out. There is nothing that would stop me from checking that one out. Remember, before my days of becoming a tower defense junkie, I was an MMO guy. I put an extremely unhealthy amount of hours into World of Warcraft, and I have never gotten into an MMO like that since. I would love for a really, really awesome MMO to come out. That, and you combine that with I'm a huge fanboy of the Dune franchise. Oh man, I would love to see that game be awesome. Chaos 8 is all about using range type towers. There, Raventh. I actually have videos on my channel just going through it like 6 months ago or whatever. I'm actually on their content creator team too, and I don't want to bash, but you know, I got one big worry about the Dune MMO, and that is Funcom. Funcom has been known to do some not good things in some of their games. Oh, I'm done pre-ordering. I mean, I won't be able to resist for PoE 2. If there was a new Dungeon Defenders game announced, I wouldn't be able to resist. I'll pre-order that blindly. I would pre-order a new Diablo game as it comes out. Even though we've all learned our lesson on pre-ordering Diablo games, I would still do it anyway. But pretty much any other game that comes out, I pretty much won't pre-order anymore. I've been really burned many times on many games, pre-ordering them. The game just doesn't become what you want it to become, you know? Diablo games, I spent a lot of years of my life. GTA 6 is going to be a tough one to not pre-order. That will definitely be one on the list as well. The thing with like the First Descendant, that's going to be free to play. So we don't know what their monetization program is going to be like yet. Yeah, I'm not going to pre-order any Diablo DLC. I mean, they're charging ridiculous amounts for that. $100 for a DLC? Like, man, that is over the top. And you look at that and you say, oh, well, like Path of Exile has a $600 DLC every single season or every league that they put out. They do. I've never bought one of them because I just don't have that kind of gaming budget. But their stuff looks super cool. It's all cosmetic and it's all incredibly cool looking stuff. So if you had the money, you know, I could see people dumping on that. A $100 Diablo DLC, though, that just feels criminal. Especially considering they just now had the game to what feels like a semi-decent starting point. Like where Diablo 4 is at today is where it should have been when it launched, you know? If it would have been in that state when it launched, that would have been really good. Yeah, anyway, the game upcoming it's a isometric view, so it kind of plays like an ARPG. And it was a defense type game, like an action defense game, like Dungeon Defenders, with a different camera view. But they just decided to go away from the initial design of the game and make it more like an RPG with more tower defense elements, where before it was very, very light on the tower defense and it was heavier on the action. They're giving it RPG elements and making the tower defense more important in the game. And like I said, I'm not allowed to discuss that one yet, so I can't say the name of the game or anything. But it is getting announced next weekend. I think it's next weekend at Gamescom Latin America. Now, I'm pretty sure there will never be a DDGR2. I think we can all mark that one off the list. I don't think that will ever be a thing. I think their lesson was learned. Valuable lessons learned from them chromies. Do one more and then we'll get another round of giveaways going here. What's going on, Whoops? How you doing, man? You checked out the anniversary event for Diablo 4 at all there, Whoops? I'm wondering if it's worth looking into at all. I just don't feel loot goblins. I just don't feel like loot goblins are going to be a major part of the thing. I'm hoping I'm wrong, you know? Yeah, you get the extra gold, and like if you wanted to make an alt, you could get an alt leveled up stupid quick. Oh, the loot goblin loot is standard loot goblin fodder, huh? That's a bummer. They should buff it. I mean, loot goblins, you know, loot goblins are such a fun part of the game. I mean, how many times did you get that, you know, did you roll across the goblin shrine in Diablo 3 and get like that, oh, that excited feeling because you just hit a goblin shrine, you know? In Diablo, it's more like, or in Diablo 4, it's more like, oh, yeah, there's another goblin, let's kill it. And it's not like anything to be overjoyed about. And I put that reflect beam way too close to that tree. It's going to get tore up. Let me just fix it. I know it's going to get beat up. Here's Whoops. Yeah, it either needs quality or quantity. You know, if you get a loot goblin, it's got to be quality or quantity. You need you an AP snake skin. I wonder if I got one. I might have one on me. So you gotta pull shenanigans on. You gotta do the reverse psychology thing to the RNG gods. There, whoops. You need to have it in your head that you're looking for hero damage snake skins. Well, it's in the Seas map, JC, so it should drop the main stat rerolls. Let's see if I got any snake skins on me. I'm not sure if I do or not. It's like I don't have a single snake skin on me. That one's going to be getting used. Hero health. I probably got some dead ones laying around, though. No. All his gear went somewhere. No. You'll ask for a hero health one, and maybe you'll get a better HD or AP. That's fair. Because dead heroes do no damage, Vader, and Snakeskin is the best single survivability item in the entire game. You could realistically have one on every hero, every DPS hero. Just grind in there, MX. Since it's an alt, you want to do your Chaos 10 or wherever your main is at. You want to do the highest tiered content possible and just grind it out. Ideally in a 4-player group. Like if you've got a friend with an alt, you both can run the maps, and then you got a 4-player group and you get the biggest bonus. Did I get tired of using the Aquarian? Not really. I mean, I wish the Aquarian was a little better. But, I mean, I've got no problem with using her. Actually, I think I put out... I either recorded or I may have already published it. I'm not sure. But I either recorded a Aquarian video today or I published an Aquarian video today. One of the two. I can't remember if I published it or not already. You just dailies, weeklies, just playing, Jamie. You get defender medals for everything you do in the game. But doing your, like right now, I'm working on this weekly. Slay 15,000 goblins. That's 1,200 defender medals for it. Oh, the dead heroes do no damage thing is I don't know where I originally heard that from, but I've been saying that for years in many different games. I think it may have came from I think that may have came from 2v2 arenas in World of Warcraft. I was playing on a blaster rogue in the era of probably the Burning Crusades era of a rogue could stunlock anybody and burn them into the ground before they came out of the stun. So I was full damage everywhere. And then the next expansion came out and I was trying to play it the same way. And I think that's where it came from anyway. And my rogue was starting to get killed every now and then because you could no longer burn through a player in one stun lock rotation, you know? And somebody told me that dead rogues do no damage. And that made me adapt that saying for pretty much every video game. I think that's where it came from anyway. I can't even remember who said that to me the first time. You heard it first from Diablo 3? Maybe it was from Diablo. I'm not sure. I'm not sure where I heard that from, but it's definitely it's a thing. Yeah, there's a daily cap on defender medals you can earn from missions or from running maps. It takes a lot of maps though. You got to really work at it to hit that cap. You're not going to play casually and hit that number, you know? Obviously you can hit it, but you got to work for it to actually hit it. That's why I think it doesn't bother too many people that much. You'll hear somebody say something about it every now and then. But it's never really been a major complaint from players because the majority of people are just not going to log that many hours to get it knocked out. Yeah, 80 maps. It's I mean, even if you're just hard grinding and speed running, that's still just going to take you a bunch of hours to run 80 maps. That's to get to the daily defender medal cap, which, you know, like I said, nobody gets to. I mean, people do, but it's not a normal thing. I think it's safe to say anyone who gets to that daily defender medal cap regularly, like multiple times per week or whatever, is probably desperately in need of some sort of real life social interaction. Just bad. You know, either they got to get a hug from their mom, they need to meet a significant other. Yeah, it's going to be smoother if you do one AP reset. Definitely going to be much smoother. I would do one. I mean, let's be honest here. If you spend 16 hours every day doing literally anything, you probably have an obsession issue with whatever that thing is that you're doing. I mean, that could apply to anything. If you're training for a sporting event and you're spending 16 hours every day training for that sporting event, you are probably overdoing it and are a bit obsessed with the system in the process. All right, let's pop out here and get another giveaway started. Check out the loot here first. Thanks so much for subscribing there, John and D'Angelo. Welcome, welcome. You got a hero health snake skin. Oh, man, whoops. That stinks. Let's see. Did I get anything? Not much. Man, I haven't gotten one snake skin today. I mean, not that I did it that many times, but I did the map a few times. Wow, not one. That's crazy. They're usually not that rare. I mean, they're rare, but not that rare. What was that? Well, it was... Are we only getting 2 tokens? We're getting 2 tokens per run on Chaos 10, huh? That's kind of shitty. All right, let's get another giveaway started. We started on Twitch last time, so for this one, we will start off on YouTube. Just a reminder to everyone, if you win on YouTube, you have to contact me on Twitch, Twitter, or Discord, because YouTube doesn't have instant messaging. So, let's see. What do we want to make the hashtag here? This will be another winner's choice one, so it'll be for, you pick the item. You want a juicy item for DD1, DD2, or DDA, or do you want an RGB headset or a theater mask? And then I'm also going to be posting up some giveaways in my Discord server later on tonight. So if you're not on my Discord server, you'll probably want to be if you want to get in on those giveaways. Well, let's see. Let's just do... let's just go hashtag juice on YouTube. Starting off on YouTube here. Give me a hashtag juice in chat. Let me check those. Whoops, I could have swore I had a decent roll AP sitting around that I haven't. I mean... That's pretty decent right there. Do you want... It's untradeable. Why is that untradeable, I wonder? I'm not sure why that one would be locked to me. Let's see what else we got. That one's hero health. That one's going to be hero health. Thought maybe I might have a snake skin just sitting. That one's hero health. That one's going to be hero damage, yeah. That one's hero damage. Yeah, the giveaways work fine for consoles. You just enter the code in the mailbox in-game, but they work on any platform. You just enter the code in right here. Doesn't matter where you play. PC, console, whatever. It's all good. It's just juice there, Fisho. No Y this time. I wanted to do a different one so the bot didn't get confused. Let me see. No snake skin sitting there. No snake skin sitting there either. What do we got here? 15,599. That's kind of it's a mediocre but low roll. You can have either of those if you want them. There, whoops. There's no bonus for Chaos 10. Chaos 9 is the top one. Let's see, which one's better? That one's better, right? I think this one is better. Let's see. I'm online now. You can just join on me if you want. What is whoops? You got 100 ancient power, 100. Congrats. There you go, man. All right. Let's pick a winner here. I'll give you guys another 15 seconds. And the winner is Pater. Congrats. Lucky. In here you had given up hope, and then you won. So send me a message on Twitch, Twitter, or Discord and let me know which item that you would like. DD1 item, DD2, DDA, or like the RGB headset. And then let's queue one up for the Twitches. Let's see. Give me a hashtag juice on Twitch now. And while you guys are getting your hashtag juice in on the Twitches, I'm gonna go make another coffee real quick. So give me just a couple minutes here, y'all. I'll be right back, and we'll draw a winner as soon as I get back. Alright, I am back. The caffeine is brewing. Oh man. Love me some caffeine. Anyway, here we go, y'all. Give you guys another 15 seconds to get your hashtag juice in chat on Twitch. And we will pick a winner. And here we go. The winner is Lituna. Grats. Let me know in chat which item you want there, Lituna. You want DD1, Juicy DD1, DD2, or DD8 item, or a RGB headset, or theater mask for DD2. Which one? You want the Juicy mask, the RGB headset, or the theater mask? Up to you. Up to you. The Juicy mask? Fine choice, fine choice. Let me get you squared away here real quick. Alright, so I just whispered you the code. Just redeem that at the mailbox end game. And that will unlock that Juicy Head Flare for DD2. And don't forget to send me a message there, Bader, on Twitch, Twitter, or Discord, whichever you use. All right, let's get man, I got no reroll tokens, I'm pretty sure. I've blown all of them. Let me see. Yeah, I got nothing. Wow. Only 4 pristines. To think that I was capped on pristine reroll tokens not that long ago. Like, I don't know, 2 years ago, I had more than 10,000 and I was stacking them in bank vaults. Now I got nothing. That's crazy, huh? Good lord. Hurting for the rerolls, that is for sure. We'll mix it up though. Do what do we want to do? Let's go to the resort, I guess. Do a couple of resort runs here. Did make it public, right? Yeah, okay. So how do we want to do this one? What do we got? One. Let's just do this. I'm not sure how many we're going to be able to put in here. We get 1 Nimbus? That's going to be too much spending, huh? I'm not sure we're going to be able to fit more than that. As far as the DU goes. We'll have to watch them. Over here. Well, we can go a tree there. Do we want a full last resort it? Like a turtle style? Not sure how wise of a move that will be. That would allow more bees. Actually, the range on him is probably not going to get it. Let's try, though. We'll go 5 bees there. Let's see. What do we got left? We got a bunch. We'll probably actually do a few stacks. Or do we want to get some Nimbus in there? Let's just go full bees. That might be a little overkill. They don't reach over into that other lane very good. We want to try some tree spawn camps. Get the packs thinned out a little anyway. We can give them like a range pylon here, probably. I'm not sold on that at all. I got a feeling that's going to get tore up. Decisions. All right, this could be ugly. Let's see how it goes. We're going to want to put all of our upgrade mana into those trees to get the range increased. I should have moved the tree back a little bit more so that we'd have the environmental trap there. We're getting beat down here too, huh? This tree getting tore up. Yeah, it's bad build. Bad build is bad. World tree down. All right, well, we're going to have to upgrade these trees a little. I think these trees didn't take damage, so these trees will probably automate this side. That makes me think maybe we could add, instead of having all these bees over here, we could get something else over here maybe. Throw that there. Little extra on this side. What about that one? Bad build is bad. Confirmed. But I think we can still get a W. We're just gonna have to give a little assist. Ooh, you know what I needed to do is put trees over here. You know what? Let's do that. Let's get a little. Well, I mean, or we could just do it next run. Get a little more creative with the trees. This is a good map for it. Mr. Captain, sir. You sent it to me on Twitter? Okay, I'll get you here as soon as we get stable here. What item do you want there, Bader? You want the juicy item for DD1, DD2, or DDA, or do you want the juicy or the RGB headset or the theater mask? See if I see it here on Twitter. I see your message there. I don't have images that I can post up to you on Twitter. You can look at them in game, though. There we go. I just gave you the list on Twitter there, though. Are we still alive? No! Oh, that's what I get for tabbing out. God dang it. Joe with the raid. You blame Joke? Clearly, it's Joke's fault, right? Oh, I can't blame Joke for my bad build. Bad build is bad. You blame Joke all the time? That's fair then. I got a better idea for the next map anyway. Creative gardening. We're about to do some creative gardening, y'all. We just got to struggle through this bad build first. You blame Joke when he's not there? Well, I mean, Joke's not here. So, I mean, clearly, we're going to have to blame Joke, right? All right, let's see. Did you let me know there, Banner? Because clearly the best thing for me to do is to go AFK and not look at the screen, right? Alright, fine. Fine, I'll be a teammate and contribute. Y'all know if you hit R and you click on one of the trees, it repairs it, right? The R button is your friend. I'm just messing. I'm just messing. You always try Z, but it makes it go poof. This lane down here is more of a problem than I thought it was going to be. That's all right. I got an idea. I got an idea. Cannon Ogre ain't coming, or is he shooting at the trees? He's shooting at the trees. You only learned the other day you can place down stuff? The water slide. RGB headset. All right, I'm sending it to you right now. There, Bader. Just enter that in the mailbox in game, and you're good to go. All right. Better ideas this time. Better ideas. Creative gardening for the win. If you're not enjoying a game, you just don't play it. That is a rule that literally everyone should live by. It is a game, for God's sakes. If you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong. That is something that so many people forget. Needs more trees. That's a bad spot for him. I think this is a good place. Ooh, can we do any cheeky placements? Not up there. Let's see. Where else? More trees. Not going to be able to get a pylon on those, but I mean, how can you resist putting trees there? We got quite a few there. I think this is our weakest area, right? Oop, no more mana. Oop, there we go. Data mana. Thank you very much. I'll throw a couple of bees in. Let's get those trees critting for a little more. Well, we got 180 left. That's 140 left. Let's do it like this instead. See if we can't get these trees critting for a little more as well. Only 20. Well, let's try it out. What's the worst that could happen, right? Actually, we don't have any last resort down here. That's so bad. Let's try it. Let's try it. I didn't put any trees, last resort trees in as walls. That's going to be a problem. All right, we got Goboos throwing over here. They're not dying fast enough. Those guys are dying. These guys didn't die either. I need to throw some last resort trees in. Give them a wall to come to while they're still inside the tree range of the other trees. Looks like it's just Chieftain now. Well, I mean, that went smoother than the first run. Let's see, what do we get rid of? If we got rid of one of these, that would give me 60. And then we can put like a tree here. That's still in the range of the other things. And we can put like a tree, say, here. Then that only leaves 20. I guess we had goblins thrown at these, so let's just do this with the 20. Wonder if they'll fix trees not having a target cap. I would assume probably. I don't think that's a big priority for them, but I would assume eventually they would. Figure they did it with your champion score is not really an indicator of anything other than what chaos tier you can unlock, Jamie. So keep playing, I guess, is really my only suggestion there. But your champion score is a number that you should really just ignore. Well, it's a matter of what they can get to, you know? You gotta remember, it's such a small team. Small team, and what are they gonna be capable of getting done, you know? I mean, what they've done already for the game is just crazy. A lot of people don't realize how important that database upgrade they just did was. Too. That basically guarantees the future of the game. Destruction, defense rate are always the big ones. Well, support was stopping with things as well. Tree down. Need to find that R button I was talking about there, huh? It's not really something I can get into on stream there, L. But there's a lot of information there. It's a big deal that they made that change. Like I said, it gives the game another 10 years of life that it didn't necessarily have before. So that's a good thing. Doesn't really affect us as players so much. But it's a very, very good thing that it happened. $5 years is better than 5 months. Like I said, not a conversation for stream. So I'm not going to go into that anymore. But there's a lot of things that people are unaware of. that makes that whole upgrade they just did a very, very good thing. Am I just not seeing the mini bosses come out here? I mean, this seems to be working way better than the last one was. Like, the only thing making it anywhere near walls are the chieftain. I think the Zerks are all dying too. Yep. Well, I mean, Playverse is the major hinder in literally everything with the game. It's something they shouldn't have done. I mean, I understand why they did it. They wanted to create something they could resell, but then it was garbage and nobody wanted it. So it didn't sell. You know? That's just one of the things that we're stuck with now. It was a good business decision for them to try to make something that they could repurpose and monetize. Playverse was made by Trendy with the intention of reselling to other developers. That's old 2012 type stuff. And like I said, it was the intention is good. You know, try to make a product that they can repurpose and still monetize. But it's got to be good, you know, or ain't nobody going to do that. PlayFab isn't great either. I don't know. I wonder, like, the Steam stuff is all really, really old and outdated, I feel like. But I feel like the more people that use the Steam backend stuff, the Steamworks stuff, I feel like there's less problems overall long term. But even PlayFab seems to have its own number of issues, and that's a huge budget project. Who is PlayFab? Is that Microsoft? I can't remember who made PlayFab. Yeah, it is Microsoft. So, I mean, they got unlimited budget. And still not the most full-featured, glorious thing, you know? Alright. Pop out of here and see what kind of loot we got, if anything. 18666. It's not really a good conversation to be having right now, Verse. So I'm not going to really give one. It's all the back-end systems that games run on, basically. But it's a conversation that's walking a very fine line for me to be doing on stream, so I'm just going to stay away from it. Sorry, man. Just got to remember that when DD2 was originally created, it was created by a company that was being operated by a venture capital company. So everything is originally in the game. Everything that was made was intended for many ways to monetize. Chromatic, of course, is a small actual indie team. Well, I mean, Insight Venture Capital's huge. That's not private investors at all. They own hundreds of companies. Maybe hundreds, maybe an underestimation even. They've got them all listed on their website. If you look, it actually still shows trendy. I'm assuming it's just not updated, or that's past and present, maybe. What's going on there, Loraxius? Just kind of chilling. Oh shit, I only need 4,000 more goblins. So what's the goblin map, y'all, that's not just completely unrewarding? I know, like, Griblock's Horde has got a lot of goblins. I don't feel like jumping into Onslaught. I know you can find heavy goblin lanes there if you look around. I mean, I feel like Wildest West is the best choice. Griblock's Horde has got a ton of goblins. Countess is very useful. He's a really good hero. Yeah, I mean, Wildest West. You know, it just seems like Wildest West is the one because you got the mob count. The mob count is kind of glorified a little because of all the skellies. Yeah, but I wanted to do something that's still rewarding. You know, like, I just don't need any plain mats right now. I mean, I don't have abundance of them, but I just don't need any, is the thing. C1 is definitely the way to go, though. You want to get a Chaos 9 win first there, Jamie. And then after that, it doesn't really matter. If you got one Chaos 9 win, just get to Ascension 250 and you're good to go. Chaos 1, because the special enemy in Chaos 1 is a goblin. So the Chaos tiers are loaded with the enemy for that tier. And Chaos 1's enemy, of course, is a goblin. So it has the normal goblins, but plus the Chaos enemy slots are being filled by goblins as well. So that gives you just a shitload of goblins. You do get destruction shards out of Chaos 1, which is a good reason to do it, but I don't really want to do Chaos 1 right now. That's something better set for Netflix time, I feel like, at night, if you're going to grind that. Let's just go back to the Wildest West again. On US West, if anybody wants to join, just hop on in. Well, I mean, the loot's going to be the same everywhere. It's pretty generic. It'll be Chaos 10 loot and Chaos 10, of course. Where it'd be Chaos 1 loot and Chaos 1. So if I found a good mod in Chaos 10. Wildest West has other things. Like, you get the reroll tokens, but then you also get a chance at getting a snakeskin armor, which is pretty much not even arguably. It's just the best armor, chest armor piece in the game. And then there's a really good Gunwitch weapon that can drop. So it gives you another tier. The worst thing you can do in any grind game is grind one thing at a time. You're not a fan of snakeskin? What do you not like about it? That it takes up the slot? Or do you think it should be stronger? Because it's just incredibly good survivability, so 50% more health and you take 15% less damage. It's just an incredibly strong survival addition to any build at all. I mean, if you're not dying, or if you play brain dead builds like the Barbarian, then you can get away with it not using it a lot easier. Or if you want to be active enough where you don't have to worry about dying, or inactive enough where you don't have to worry about dying. There's two sides to that one. Of course, you can stay alive Yeah. That's where the increased health and the 15%. I mean, you got to go pretty high before you're just straight getting one-tapped with both of those in the mix. That, and it sells for a shitload. So you get a high roll on one with a good quality mod, and you're going to make some bacon. So it's just all around not a bad thing to farm, you know? The market's a train wreck is what the market would be. Worse on consoles than PC, but in equally bad a shape on PC. I don't know. What about PlayStation? How's the PlayStation markets? I know the Xbox markets are a mess. Yeah, but for things that are good. I mean, you can find junk items for cheap, but they're exactly that. They're junk items. You could just play a couple more maps and get the item yourself for free. You know, when I'm referring to things in the market, I'm referring to items that are good. You know, super high rolls, 10 out of 10 mods, stuff like that. Which you do find good stuff for cheap. But normally, when you find good things for cheap, it's a brand new player and you're completely ripping them off. Now, does that make you the bad guy? Well, no, not really. But you also, you know, some people hear 5 million gold and they're like, oh my God, that's so much. Where if you tell somebody like Joke or L 5 million gold, they're going to laugh and say they threw away 5 million gold for scam charity events, you know? And then Xbox is like real bad. Xbox suffers from several things. It's the smallest player base of any of the platforms, as far as I'm aware. But plus they had a real issue with duping, which means there's an enormous amount of gold and valuable items just out and available. But it's not, you know, a lot of people like to blame the systems that were made for the game, but it's a community, you know, it's a player economy. We turned it into what it is. And as long as by we, I mean the players, obviously no one here would do such a thing, but as long as someone is going to pay 100 million gold for a mod that's worth 40 million gold, then that mod is now worth 100 million gold. You know, it's supply and demand. If people are paying it, that's the price. So the only thing that would resolve it is if the player market shut down and people quit paying it. Me, I don't have very much gold, but I spend the shit out of it. I've got like 100 million or something. I don't know. Let's see. 164 million. I probably got another 300 or 400 on my alt. But I'm also not a very good example. I don't interact with the market at all, except very rare circumstances. And I usually only interact with the market as a buyer most of the time. I usually don't sell things. Like if I have something valuable that I don't want, I'll usually do a giveaway for it on stream. I like to play hide and seek. The person that finds me gets the item. And then you got like the grind, you know, like Rhea is like at 17 million ancient power reset on her alt. Well, you make a lot of gold doing that, you know. Thanks for subscribing, Patrick. Yeah, and tokens and moats and all that is just even more gold. $80 million per reset in golden mats? That seems pretty high. Or do you mean including mats? Oh, yeah, in gold / mats. That's crazy, man. I mean, I believe it. I believe it. What's up, Snake? I mean, those... What did I do? I did 72 AP resets on my alt in the last, say, 12 months. I mean, it was a bunch of gold. And a bunch of materials, you know? Yeah, then you get that stray 50 million gold 10 out of 10, you know? That's when you find useful 10 out of 10 mods. You find useful 10 out of 10 mods when you no longer need them. You have to ignite the Drakenlord, Jamie, to pop his bubble. The easiest way is by using the Burning Strike shard in your weapon. If you don't have Burning Strikes, any source of oil combined with any source of fire will do it. So, like, the Huntress can do it by default if you're just starting the game or whatever. Hit them with the oil flask and then throw the Flamey Bird and the bubble is popped. Maybe we'll do a little hide and seek today. I don't know if I have anything good worth playing hide and seek for today. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty fair. You know, you get a lot of stuff. I mean, it's multiple stacks of reroll tokens. Just that alone is what? I mean, I don't even know how much they go for nowadays, but just that alone is a large chunk of gold. What, you get like almost 2 stacks. A stack and a half or whatever. Between your alt and your main. It depends on how your build is, but both of those have relatively... Like, the Gargoyle has extremely low range caps. I personally don't add range to hardly anything, and I get the range from my pylons and... Well, it's because nobody was playing it, Al. They had to try to give people a reason to play it. I mean, there's lots of people that absolutely adore Onslaught now, but remember 5 years ago, people were quitting the game because they hated Onslaught so much. Is why they buffed it. I mean, it's still, in my opinion, you guys know my opinion. I'm not a fan of Onslaught. It's just blah. I don't know. But for me, Dungeon Defenders 2 is a game of collecting all the things. You know, you're not collecting anything in Onslaught. So by making that so good for crafting materials, you know, like right now, even doing like the brain dead alt AP reset grind, it's not enjoyable. It's grindy. But it's a grind that's an enjoyable grind with noticeable results. Like, you do your 4 hours, you get this number that goes up. You got a noticeable result. In addition to that, you just got several stacks of modes, a stack and a half of reroll materials, a bunch of other random stuff. Yeah, no range on buff beams. Yeah. It's not like DD1 or DDA or DDE. I don't know why they made buff beams. That's why we got diffusion, I think. Is because buff beams are just not what they were in every other Dungeon Defenders game. That's bad reflect beam placement, huh? Because that was goblin bombs that blew that up. Yeah, it made getting crazy range free for sure. But I mean, I think the thing is they're all the Dungeon Defenders 2 development team is all DD1 players. It's people that put an enormous amount of time into Dungeon Defenders 1. So I think they're, you know, trying to bring some of that joy into DD2, you know. I still don't get why they haven't done really beast mode pet builds, because all those guys are all pet players in DD1. I know they are. I played matches with them. Shit, I'm pretty sure I got my very first ever Crystalline Dimension win in DD1 playing with IDHC. DD1's got a lot of very strong assets to it. Let me move this reflect beam because it is just getting shit on over here so bad. I mean, my God. It's behind the stupid tree. No wonder goblin bombs are blowing it all up. Good Lord. And DD1 has got the challenge. So if you like things that are very difficult to do that you have to practice, and it's not just a gear grind or a re-roll the mutator grind, where it's straight up you gotta learn how to play this map, DD1 has that stuff, and that is awesome. I'm not even gonna say how many hours of failing I've had over the last couple of weeks trying to finish up some of those last things for Eternal Defender, because I just have not practiced the maps, you know? Got to get the timing down, got to get the practice down, or you're not going to win. And that stuff's awesome. It's fun, because once again, you feel your progression. Like, when you practice something, you feel yourself getting better at it. You got infested cleared this morning? Nice scratch show. This is all I got left for Eternal. I got Crystalline Dimension 3 and 4. I think that might be it. I think that's all I got left for Eternal. Is or Crystalline Resurgence, not Dimension. 3 and 4. I don't know. I might have something else too. Oh shit, that was only one run, huh? I just realized. So close yet so far away. Like I'm gonna try to beat one of those tonight. But it's gonna take doing the map 5 times, 8 times, 10 times. You know? Unless the bosses are nukeable with an EV laser beam. If that's the case, I'm just gonna blaze it. Need to wait for the Hermit to go on sale to grab it. June 27th, though. I mean, I don't know that it's going to be on sale, but that's when the big Steam sale starts. Oh, that's the mod level. Like, if you hold down your left shift button on PC, it shows you the highest level mod on an item. So, like, I know this item has got a 10 out of 10 mod on it. I know this item's got a 10 out of 10 mod on it. That item's got a 10 out of 10 mod on it, you know? So for me, I'm not looking at individual pieces of gear. I mean, if I needed, like, a new chest piece or whatever, then I'd be going through and looking at the chests. But since I don't right now, I'm not looking at that stuff, and I'm only looking for mod quality. So, like, I can look here and see, oh, a 10 out of 10 mod drops. It's Tenacity. Let's give it away. Who needs a Tenacity, y'all? 10 out of 10 Tenacity. Sorry, console players. This and the Juicy Fruit Pets for DD1 are the only things I give away that is PC only. So here's what we'll do. Let me hide the screen. Let me find an image here. What do we got? What do we got for images? What is that? That's the Aquarian. Put a different image here. What do we want? Can't find a good image. Let's see. Here we go. We'll put one of my B spam clickbaity thumbnails in. We'll hide the screen so y'all can't see what I'm doing. And I'm gonna log out to the main menu. So you all have no idea what server I'm on. It's hide and seek by show. I can't tell you what server I'm on. A 10 out of 10 Tenacity is the prize. Let me check and make sure that one's sellable. I'm pretty sure that one was tradable, right? Let me look again. Let me turn myself offline on Steam so you cheaters don't just join me off your friends list. I know how you are, Aramir. Yeah, 10 out of 10 Tenacity. Let me see. Let me look at it again. Yep, I got a tradable 10 out of 10 Tenacity right here. It's Chaos 9, so no upgrades needed. You can just move it right over to your Chaos 10 piece of gear. And all you have to do is find me. I'll tell you when. I'll tell you when. Don't go looking yet. It's hide and seek, Lear. I'm not going to tell you where I'm at. You got to find me. I'm not giving you guys no clues. You got to do this. Somebody's going to find me in 3 seconds. You got to do it the hard way. All right, I'll wait for the ad to be gone. So Lear, are you back, Lear? Did you watch the ad? I appreciate you watching that ad. If you watch an ad like that another 47 million times, Twitch will pay me like 1 penny. So thank you very much. All right, I can tell you guys one thing, though. The tenacity mod is in my shop. First person to buy it wins it. And I am going to be in a map in a minute. Let's see. I'm having a hard time picking a map, though. Do I go to a player market? Do I just go to a town? If I go to a town, somebody that's not even watching the stream will yoink it. So I can't go to a town. There you go. That's your clue, y'all. I am not going to be on a town at all. All right, you back, Lear? Lear's back. Here we go. I am in a map, or I'm loading into a map. Could be a market, could be an individual map. Won't be my tavern, and it won't be a town. And there's a 10 out of 10 tenacity sitting in my player shop right now for free. First person to buy it gets it. See how you guys do here. Nobody got it yet. Wow, still nobody got it yet. You guys are normally quicker than this, y'all. I'm just saying. It's the only clue there, joke. I'm not in my tavern. I'm not in a town. Not giving any more clues. No, you're definitely not. I've actually given more info now than I normally do. Hide and seek is hide and seek, y'all. When you were a kid and you played hide and seek with your brother or sister, did you say, I'm going to be in the kitchen cabinet? No. Oh, somebody's got it. Who is it? Oh, man. Look who got it. Look who is here. Good old Mr. Show. Congrats. Show has given it the official yoink. Congrats, Show. Congrats. As soon as you saw an adventure map up, you knew? Yeah. Well, I mean, for those that You got to remember there's a diverse amount of people watching the stream, y'all. I can't load into floor 500. I can't load into a Chaos 10 map because then not everybody here is going to have access to it. So you got to think about that for next time. What show really did was join via Steam ID. Yep, show is the winner. Show is the winner. Anyway, y'all, that is actually going to get it for me for today. I got a little Saturday evening rendezvous scheduled with the wife here. Let's take a look and see who else is streaming. If there's anybody I know. Let's see. BBC Cam. Bojangles sounds familiar. TBC Cam. See, if he would have been THC Cam, I would have instantly rated that dude. I don't know any of those folks, though. Let's look Dungeon Defenders. There's nobody streaming Dungeon Defenders. There's somebody streaming DDA. I don't know. What do you guys think? Who you wanna raid? The Bojangles guy looks like he's doing Onslaught. Let's send him a raid. But yeah, anyway, thanks a ton for hanging out, y'all. Hopefully everyone's having a good weekend. I'm debating on doing a 7 Days to Die test run to prepare for launch. So I may be streaming that one soon, but not 100% positive yet. But I will be back live streaming something tomorrow, though. So thanks a ton for hanging out, y'all. Hopefully you're having a great weekend, like I said. And I will see you all next time. Take it easy, y'all.